Wait, how do I make it? Hold on. There we go. It's better. All right. It says I'm live now. I hope I am. If I'm not, I'm doing this wrong. All right. Hopefully this is actually live, actually working. I'm not super tech savvy, so I guess we'll see. Hopefully I've got things set up correctly. Audio good, visuals good. No idea. Well, guess there's nothing I can do but go for it and hope the stream's working. So I'm gonna get started on a brand new project. Technically, I've done some of this stuff before, as I'm kind of learning the ropes of all this, not just development but programming, visual scripting, and making a game inspired by a couple of my favorites. Those being X-Men Legends and Marvel Ultimate Alliance. So, just gonna get started. Create my own folder. Oh, try to name that. There we go. All right, so let's get a game mode. Cool. That's what we want. Default. Yeah, we gotta make a character. So we can set that as our default. So let's go ahead and snag this template one. We'll do a copy. So we've got an original. Let's rename this. It's going to be our hero. All right, and then we can go ahead, set that as our hero, default hero in our game mode, and set that game mode as one we're trying to play as. Wait. There we go. So let's see. Let's make sure we set that up properly by switching this. So if we get Manny, when we play, we know we did it right. Cool. Heck yeah. All right, let's see. I think he needs to be able to attack. Not going to worry yet about attack animations and stuff, any kind of animations. Learning how to program is it's already a lot by itself. So learning how to animate is something that I think I can save for some other time. So we'll spawn hitboxes and stuff. So let's create a hitbox. And let's see, I shouldn't need that for a while. All right, let's add in, let's do a sphere. Sphere collision. Give this a bit of thickness. Probably Okay, radius. Let's bring it up a little bit. Just make it a little bigger. And I want to be able to see this in the game. Should be all I need to change for now. And I actually need a way to hit. I need a button. So let's go inputs. Let's just steal this folder. We don't need to copy. Pretty easy stuff. And I'm going to put that in there. I'm actually going to call this default. If I knew how to spell default, you'll see why later on. But I'm going to need an attack. Input actions. IA. I'll just call it attack. I'm sure we'll have other attacks at some point. We'll rename things when we need to. Boolean and pressed. Really all we need in here. Let's bring our input mapping back up. And let's add our attack. Let's give it a button. I'm actually going to turn on my controller. I am a console gamer. So I'm probably, at least for a while, just going to kind of neglect the PC controls because console gamers are better. No, I'm just kidding. It's just more comfortable for me. I know what feels good. I kind of have a good understanding of what you can and can't do comfortably on a controller, whereas I don't have enough PC gaming experience to really know what's gonna work well. So I'll worry about that later. Maybe have somebody help me with it. Find someone who's a PC gamer that can be like, oh yeah, here's what you want to do. You want these actions on these buttons, and that's gonna feel good. Cool, thanks. For right now, I'm not too worried about that. So let's see. Okay, so we've got our attack button and it's mapped. Let's make sure we can actually do it though. So let's make sure we set it up properly with a print string. And if this says attack, we are rolling. All right, so if we press X, cool. Can't you see my character attacking? Isn't that awesome? Yeah, okay. So let's see. So that's not what we're going to want to do. It's a good way to test. I really hope my audio is working. I genuinely don't think I will know that it's not unless somebody comes into the chat to say it's not. At which point, awesome. Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Why do I have a feeling it's not? I really hope I'm wrong. Guess we'll cross that bridge when someone says we're run midair Looney Tunes style. We'll look down and realize there's no bridge. All right, so we'll spawn. Oh, gosh, dang. All right, spawn actor from class. Gonna need a lot of space here. Let's get our hitbox. Cool. And we're gonna need a location to spawn this at. So it's gonna be starting with our actor location. Self, which in this case is the hero blueprint, but we're going to want to add to that So, and let's get our rotation as well. Get actor rotation. Cool. Let's create an offset because we don't actually want it to spawn right where we're at. We want it spawning in front of us. And I know like 100's probably fine. And it'll be a little bit low unless I bring this up by like 25-ish. Okay, so let's grab that in here. Let's rotate our vector. So it's always going to be in front of us. So we'll rotate it based on the actor's rotation. And we'll add this offset to our actor's location. Okay. I think I set that up correctly. Let's see. Moment of truth. Cool. Press X. We get a hitbox. But obviously we don't want it to exist forever. So let's fix that. Let's give it a lifespan. There we go. Of like 0.2. Should happen pretty fast. Cool. Awesome. Okay, we've got that. Let's make sure we've got something to hit. So I think before I go for an enemy, I'm gonna go for like a barrel, breakable barrel. So let's see. Let's make a folder for our blueprints real quick. So they're starting to add up. Move that in there. All right. And then, yeah, let's make a breakable barrel. Easy, fun. Who doesn't love to smash barrels? So what do we need? We need a cylinder. That's our barrel. And let's see, let's move this up. Cool. I feel like I'm going to want this a little taller. Let's see. It's a little short for a barrel. Yeah, let's make it like 1.2. Doesn't need to be a lot taller. Did that update? See how that looks next to us. That's pretty good. Yeah. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right. It's good visual representation of our barrel. So what do we need? For now, yeah. Let's go ahead and create a health component. It's going to be right there. BPC, blueprint component, health. And let's see, variables. I'll do a max health and a current health. The barrel's really just going to need current health, but we're going to add this to our player character and our enemies and stuff, so it'll help to have a max health. So here, if we take our hero, add our health component, now we can give it a default max health and current health. I usually go for like 100 with characters as my default. And for like a barrel, let's add that component again. And for a barrel, I'll do like 10 usually. And again, I really only need current health for a barrel, but what are you gonna do? So let's see. But we need one more thing to talk to this health component, or really the barrel. I mean, it could talk to the component, but probably talk to the barrel instead. Blueprint interface. We love a blueprint interface. I'm gonna also name this health because I want to remind myself I'm using these together. They were made for each other. So sweet, so romantic. Let's do one for decrease health and a separate one for increase health because we're probably going to want to heal as well. Especially do like health potions and stuff. It can use this interface. So for both of these, let's go ahead. This is decrease health. We'll call it damage amount. Don't really need to. It just helps my brain to be specific. It's going to be a float to match our health component. Same thing over here, but this will be heal amount. And good, cool. So let's see. We want our hitbox, this sphere specifically, and we'll rename that. We want this when it overlaps with something. Don't need all that. When this specifically begins overlapping with something, we are going to send a message. Decrease health. And I'm going to set that to 10, which, if you recall, that's the amount of health I gave my barrel. So should be able to destroy it in one hit. So we can send the message, but we need to be able to receive the message too. So let's go to our class settings and implement this health interface that we created. When it gets this message, what's it going to do? It is going to take, see, I'm going to need this. I'm going to set current health. And it's going to be, also need to get the current health. I'm going to take this and I want to subtract. Yeah. Subtract the amount of damage that we received. And boom. That's not going to be enough, though, by itself, because just subtracting the health isn't going to do anything. It could just go negative numbers. So we need to make sure if this ever becomes equal to or less than 0. Oh, that's not the node I wanted. Equal to or less than 0. Let's get a branch node. If that is true, then we will destroy the actor. Cool. Okay. Good amount of setup work there, but if we've done that properly, very cool. Very nice. Really wish someone was in here at least just to say, hey, your audio's not working, and then like disappear. I'd be so fine with that. Because until then, I'm just going to worry that it's not. I don't know why I need that to be perfectly in that square, but all right. So let's see. It gets destroyed. I think it'd be a little cooler if when it gets destroyed, we hear a sound. So let's do like an explosion. And I want to make sure that's not too loud. So cut that in half. And I think on begin play, I'm going to store the actor's location. There we go. And let's just call that cool. Should be fine. So let's plug that into here. All right. Do we do that right? Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So we've got a barrel and we can smash it. That's awesome. Who doesn't love smashing barrels? Might be cool though if we get like money, gold or something for smashing barrels. So let's try that. Let's do another actor. I was going to just call it actor. Gold would be good. And let's add a cylinder. Lately, I've been doing coins, but I'm not gonna lie. I kind of miss just a little. I had originally had little like yellow spheres. Kind of reminded me of like Minecraft experience points. I kind of miss those, so I think I'm gonna go back to little spheres. There was like a nice bright yellow. Wasn't the shelf, right? It's got like a weird texture on it. Let's see, must have been up higher. Well, what are we gonna do then? Let's do. Dang, where'd that yellowy one go? Where did I find that last time? Blue isn't gonna look right. Not in my mind, anyway. It wasn't in here, was it? If I show engine content and try again, I think that did give me extra stuff. It's probably what I needed to do. Most of the time, it's just annoying having all the extra content, like right now. Oh, I think it was one of these. Maybe. Might be a little too shiny. Nah, it wasn't those, but those might work. I'm gonna spend all my time doing this. Just make a decision. Make a decision. What the? Can't do it. Velocity. Whoa. What is it? What do these look like? Let me see what these look like in the world. That's something. It's not the worst thing. It's going to be smaller than that. So if this is like 0.5 everything, then what does that look like? I don't love it, but you know, it might do for now, I guess. Hmm. Oh. Should I just go with that? Probably should, huh? That's gonna look fine, I think. At least for now. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm still messing with it. All right. Knock it off. A little smaller. It's decent. And let's see. All right, so this is our gold. Our hero needs a way to carry gold. So let's give him a variable. Gold amount. Let's call my gold. All right, I will be right back. My gold. I need this to be an integer. And by default, that's going to be 0 because we need to pick up gold. So let's see. Okay. So we got our gold. I think I need a pickup radius on this. Pickup radius. This is going to be our actual gold. So this, I'm going to make that bigger for sure. 3 might be too big, but let's see. I want to see that in game. It's pretty big. I feel like 2 might not. Well, we'll go 2. That's pretty good. Do I need this default scene root? Probably not, right? Or I do need. Do need this to be up over no, I can't. Dang it. I think I do want that scene root back. Yeah. Because you cannot move this scene root from 0, 0, 0. So this needs to go up. There we go. Nice. Very nice. That looks cool. All right. So our gold, when this pickup radius overlaps with us, shouldn't need that. Let's get our on component begin overlap. And let's make sure we cast to our hero, because we only want our hero to be able to pick up, at least for now, we only want our hero to be able to pick up gold. We will get this, get my gold. We will add ourselves to it. So let's see, how much would that be worth? Let's say let's add like 10. One gold is worth like 10. Or one piece of gold is worth 10 gold. Nah, we'll worry about the economy later. So let's set this. Bring these up. And let's actually redirect this so it's nice and neat, because that's how we like it. Okay, so and let's delete ourselves too. Just I'm pressing all sorts of buttons here. Okay. The only problem is we're not actually going to be able to see that. So I guess we could just... well, let's see if it actually destroys itself. Because if it does... Okay, it does. It goes away. So most likely, our gold is going up by 10. So that's cool. Let's make a little bit of a UI, a little bit of a HUD, so we can actually see that. Let's make a folder first. Keep things organized. UI, a user interface widget blueprint. Cool. It's going to be our HUD. For now, it's just going to have our... there we go. Canvas panel. Cool. So that's basically our screen. Let's get a text box. And let's anchor that to the top right. But it's actually going to be somewhere there. Call that gold for now as the placeholder text. Size it to the content. But let's see. I want to see it, so yeah, let's give it kind of a yellowish gold color and an outline as well, so we can actually see it against all backgrounds. So let's see, font, right? Yeah. Outline settings, outline. Compile that. Okay. So now, just to make sure we got that working, let's on begin play. Let's do a create widget. It's going to be our HUD. And let's add it to the viewport. Cool. So let's see if that is working. I should say gold. Yeah, it says gold up in the top right. Now we're going to actually get it to say the amount of gold that we have. Just want to make sure that's working. So let's see. So we got to bind this. Let's create a binding. It's going to take a few additional steps. Let's create a variable. Variable is going to be, let's just search for our hero, object reference for our hero, make it instance editable, and expose on spawn. So now what we can do, if we go back to here and refresh this, we've got a new, just got it here. Let's rename that. Just call it hero. So we're going to tell that blueprint who we are, basically. Oh, well, yeah. All right, let's refresh. That's what I wanted to do. So let's get ourselves. Plug that in there. And now this will know who we are talking about when we get information from the hero. So let's get our gold. And for that, that's should be all we need to do. Oh, we will need to translate that. There we go. Cool. And that's really all we need to do from there. So cool. Now it says 0, and then we go to 10 because we picked up some gold. Very sweet. So we actually want this to spawn when we break the barrel. So let's see. Play sound at location. Great. Let's also spawn an actor from a class. That class is going to be gold. And for the transform, let's split this. We really only need to worry about the location. Plug that in there. And that should be all she wrote. Very cool. We destroy our barrel, we get some gold. Very nice. Very nice. There's a couple things that could be nicer about that. We can have a randomness of, first of all, whether or not it actually spawns gold. We could have the amount of gold that spawns be random. We could have it, right now it's just going to spawn dead center on the floor wherever this barrel was. We didn't even see it that time because we were so close. We were already overlapping the... So that's just going to spawn right there once every time. And so, let's see. We can see if we can get it to shoot up in the air like it's exploding out of the barrel. So let's go to our gold. I think, can we just add impulse? I haven't worked a whole lot with impulses. In fact, I actually haven't tried them yet. I think this needs to be, this needs to simulate physics, I believe. Did I already pass it? Probably did, right? All the way up here. Okay. And when we spawn this, I think we want to add, I haven't actually tried to add impulse, so let's try it. See if that works. We're going to want this to go upwards. Try 100 for now. Do I need to do this? Name of body to apply impulse to. None indicates root body, which should be the gold itself. So let's see if that works. Oh, it did go up, but barely. Let's see. I think let's offset self location. Let's take the self location and add. Let's do that. Let's delete this. Let's get a new version of it that we can split. We'll split this as well. Those will get plugged in normal. Although I'll probably want to randomize that a little bit. Let's add to this. Let's add like 100 to it. Now it shouldn't spawn straight on the ground. It should spawn approximately halfway up the barrel. Let's see if that works for small. Kind of works. Okay, let's give it a little more movement. There we go. Let's go like 1,000. That might be too much. Let's see. A bit much, but that's cool. That is cool. Let's go 250. That might be more reasonable while still being pretty fun. Yeah, that kind of underwhelming. But if there's a few of them, it might be okay. So how about this? How about let's I think that's good for today. So we will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.